On Tuesday, November the 13th, 2018, and we're in the Ratcliffe City Council chamber located at Ratcliffe City Hall, 411 West Lincoln Trail Boulevard, Ratcliffe, Kentucky. And the meeting scheduled for this time and this place will now come to order. Would you call the roll?
You want an invocation?
I know we do that after we call the roll. According to this, you wrote this up for me. Okay. All right. Would you do it?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'll do that.
Would you please stand, please?
Dear Lord, thank you for the day and all of our blessings. We ask that you give the mayor and the council wisdom as they consider the business of the city and business for the citizens today. Thank you for all our blessings again in Christ's name. Amen.
Would you join us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you mind calling the roll now?
Barbara Baker,
Present.
Stan Holmes, Edward Palmer, Tanya Seabrooks, Kim Thompson,
Present.
Chris Yates.
Here.
We have three, no quorum necessary for work session.
That's right. We normally have to have 4 people for a quorum, but this is a work session and no votes are taken, so we'll continue with our meeting. The first thing we want to do is talk about the Veterans Hall of Fame. And I gave all the council a notification that I intended to do this. And the first thing I want to do is read the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame proclamation. It says, whereas the city of Ratcliffe, founded in 1919 outside Camp Knox, and named after the first quartermaster, has had a lasting relationship with both Camp and Fort Knox that has endured through World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the series of wars and conflicts since the devastation of the terrorist attacks on 9/11. And whereas the city of Ratcliffe has been the home to active duty veterans and retirees from all branches of the military service since it was founded, and continues to have a high density of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines among its population. And whereas the city of Ratcliffe has always supported and admired all men and women in the armed forces of the United States who have put themselves in harm's way during peace and war, and have shown them the utmost gratitude for their sense of duty, honor, country, and sacrifice. And whereas the city of Ratcliffe is home to a plethora of veterans who continue to display an enormous amount of patriotism, pride, sacrifice, and devotion by continuing to serve in civic and private organizations that promote the health and welfare of all branches of military service, both active and veteran. And now, therefore, I, J. Michael Weaver, Mayor, City of Ratcliffe, Kentucky, do hereby proclaim the city of Ratcliffe a Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame city, and it's signed by me on this day. And you'll find out a little bit more about what a Hall of Fame city is. The Hall of Fame city, the Hall of Fame was initiated in 2015, and the first inductees from our city were inducted in 2016. And they are Greg Dearborn, Irvin Lyons, and Clint Meshew in 2016. And then Charlie Fraley, Ralph Reese, and Richard Siekman in 2017, and James Anderson and Alonzo Jones in 2018, for the total of 8 from the city of Ratcliffe. And to date, 127 have been honored. And now I would like for the 4 Hall of Fame inductees who are among us to please stand up. And you have a proclamation that you want to read for us, and you have a sign that you want to show us. So Charlie, would you come out here in the middle where you can show the sign to the city council and then turn around and show it to the audience? Okay. Clint, would you read it?
Well, I order a proclamation from Ratcliffe, Kentucky, proclaiming to honor and support veterans and veterans' families. Now and therefore, under my signature as founder and executive director of the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame, Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame presents to Ratcliffe, Kentucky, this road sign proclaiming Ratcliffe, Kentucky, the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame city. and that this road sign be placed in a very public place within the city for all to see. H.B. Deathridge, founder and executive director.
Okay. The four men that are here purchased that sign. I think it cost $150. And they're willing to purchase a few more for us to put in the city. I think we should start off with 2 of those and have them in front of City Hall. And I say 2 because they should be back to back, where when you're driving down Lincoln Trail, you see it from both ways. And then it's up to the city council and the new mayor to decide how many of them you want and where you want to put them. So, anybody on city council have any questions about this?
Thank you all for bringing this to us. It's very welcome. We are also the Purple Heart City, so this adds to that with our military heritage.
And we are a hidden heroes city.
Mhm.
And we want to be a city that honors veterans and military. Okay.
Here, we'll set it here, there's room.
You don't want to carry it around for?
Good question, Mr. President, good question.
It's got holes on it, you can put a chain.
Now, would you guys turn
Set it
around for a
right
minute so
there.
everybody in the audience can see who you are? And you notice that they're wearing a medallion around their neck, which designate them as members of the Hall of Fame. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. What? Hello, James Anderson. Did you get all that, James?
He's waving, looks like.
Okay, that takes us to our first discussion item, and the first
Thank you all.
discussion item is solid waste, and what solid waste company we're going to select. Now, we received bids from Red River, Rumpke, Santex, and Waste Management. And the bid packages were opened and recorded here, but they were extensive, and if you can imagine us opening up a document that has 40 pages and trying to go through it and evaluate all 4 of them at one time, you understand that can't be done. So it couldn't be evaluated on the spot. They were evaluated, however, extensively after October the 26th by my office. And bid packages are open records, and they have been available for anyone to study since then, especially the city council. And my office has documented the bid figures and arranged the comparative numbers in a matrix. And all of you have the bid figures and have had access to the entire package since October the 26th. And I have left the matrix on your desk. I don't think I really have. I think I have it right here. You got copies of it? They all have copies of it? And if you look at that now, I want to explain to you what you have in front of you. And I'm talking about this cover page. And you look under the cover page and you'll see how I arrived at the figures. But right now, look at my yellow highlight. And anything that's highlighted in yellow indicates the cheaper of the 2. Now, as I went through all of these, the only 2 companies that are competitive are Waste Management and Santex. The other 2 didn't bid on the whole package. And what they did bid on is higher than either one of these. So if you'll look, for instance, where it says once weekly, 3-year, one is $9.98, and the other is $10.74, and the higher bidder is 76 cents more than the other one. Everything else down there is pretty much the same. What I would like for you to do is take this home now and study it with what all the study you have already done, and then come back to us next Tuesday when we have a regular city council meeting, and be prepared to vote on it at that time. Is that all right with everybody?
Can I ask a question too?
Certainly.
We have several of the representatives, and actually the 2 that I have a question for. Can I ask them a question?
Sure.
We'll go with Sandtech first. On your residential, this is gonna be an easy question. It's not gonna be hard. Is the cart, and then that's my same question for waste management. Carts included? Okay, I just wanted to. Well, I thought it was, but I thought, let me just clarify so I don't make a bad decision, yes or no. Okay,
And who are you representing?
it's a Sandtech. I think,
In other words, you have to add that $2
right, I follow what you're saying. I think that was the only question that I really needed clarification on.
But we won't be able to do that for you tonight. You need to come in to my office at some time between now and next Tuesday, and we will go over it and show
Can I ask
you.
one clarifying question to that?
Yeah.
This was a request for proposal, correct?
Yes,
As
it
opposed to a bid? So,
It's what?
As opposed to a direct bid, which is sealed, opened, lowest price wins automatically.
Lowest price does not win automatically.
No.
Exactly, it's a request for proposal, so that's why I tried to clarify that when the bid was open at that opening meeting, rather than presenting that now. And all I can tell you is $9.98 is the price that we're offering.
We just think that's sour grapes.
Think that's
Okay.
what?
Sour grapes. We're low.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start a war. I just wanted to know.
Well,
That's all.
to me, you two are clearly the competitors. And any way I can hear from both of you tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you need me to come in, or what's the preferred?
Probably be best to come in. It'd probably be best that both of you come in at the same time.
After 1 o'clock. Is that okay?
So both of you be in after 1 tomorrow? Both of you can do that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you then.
All righty.
Any other questions or comments from
I guess
anybody
we're
else?
gonna clarify this tomorrow, but, so with waste management, your $9.98, does that include the trash can or not?
Our contention is yes, it does, and that was clarified at the bid opening.
Okay. And yours includes it as
Our
well?
contention is that $2, you have to add that $2 that they quoted onto their rate to include the
But
quote.
our response to that is that it doesn't matter if you decide to add it to the price. It's an RFP, we're telling you that our price is $9.98, so
Their
With-
price
with
is
the container.
$9.98 plus two.
there's no requirement to you as a city to say, if you sign a contract with Waste Management, you have to sign.
It's clear on the proposal pricing sheet that $2 should be added into the price, if the club customers expect to have the quote.
Well, why don't you come in tomorrow
Yeah,
after
we'll look
1,
at
and
it
In fact,
again,
let's make that
reread it.
1:30. All right?
Can we attend?
Hmm?
Can we possibly?
No, I think that would really stir the pot a little bit more.
Well, I'm
than it
just
needs to.
saying, because we're the ones making the decision, so if there's something being said, I'd like to hear it firsthand.
Well, I don't think tomorrow's the time to hear that. What do you think there, Michael Pike?
I think at most you could have a small minority of the council attend. If you didn't think that was prudent, then obviously that's your prerogative, but
Okay, I have no problem, but I don't want 6 city council people here to,
I think the most you should
Well-
have is 3.
okay?
I think that's all we would have. Two of them are out of town anyway, right this week, so,
Okay. Barbara, you want to be here?
yes, sir.
Who else wants to be here?
I'll have to check my schedule tomorrow, but
Okay.
I'll try to attend.
1:30.
I want to, but I don't know if I can. because of
Okay.
work obligations.
1:30 if you can and want to. How's that?
That will be in either the mayor's office or the conference room. Barbara?
Yes, sir.
And there's no fighting in the conference room, okay?
Come together separate.
Possibly, I'll check.
All right. Okay, let's move from that to the holiday schedule. You have it in front of you.
Oh, yes, holiday.
And of course, we're not voting on it tonight anyhow, so. Take it, look at it. Be prepared to,
If you would, double check the dates.
I checked all the dates,
Thank you.
the dates and the day.
I had no doubt that you would have.
And they're good?
They're all good. I went through my calendar,
What is the
everything that
spring
had a dot.
holiday?
What?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Good
that.
Friday.
Oh, my goodness, we gotta go through this.
Is it Good
Easter,
Friday?
Good Friday.
Why don't we just put Good Friday?
Hey, the attorney says we shouldn't do it that way. I'm all for
Hey,
it.
I say it's Good Friday.
It is Good Friday, but
We're gonna call it spring holiday.
to label it politically, we're gonna do it spring holiday.
I'm voting on Good Friday, just.
To keep our money not getting dispersed to other agencies, I guess.
Okay, we're not voting on this either, but you have the ordinance for amending chapter 12. And you need to take that home with you, take a look at it, see if you're ready to vote on that next Tuesday also. And if
It-
there's something that needs to be changed, you need to let us know between now and then.
And then on that, the only thing that's changing in that whole chapter 12 is the
The fine.
fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Down in paragraph D.
Right,
It makes it a flat $250.
and that's per the KRS.
Okay?
Right.
Correct.
And then the next thing is Datamax Revenue Enhancing Division. You have all the information that I have. What did you think of it? And what do you want to talk about? That's the guy that Stan brought in to talk to us about.
I think we need to do a little more research on it.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
It's
think
a whole lot more
Definitely.
research.
It sounds really good. so
Sounds too good, doesn't it?
I'm skeptical about it. I'm concerned that 2 years down the road, we end up having to pay some money back or something. You know, yeah, we need time to look into it and make sure that we got all of our ducks in a row before we do something like that.
He is supposed to call me back tomorrow. Do you want me to get him to email me some information for you all to look at?
Yeah, if he
Possibly
has any
maybe
more
some other
information,
cities
he
in-
can preferably cities in the state of Kentucky. But
Do you want him to come in next Tuesday and answer
No.
questions?
I don't think so.
I don't think
mean,
he'll need to.
We need to be careful and make sure that we got everything.
I don't think there's a urgency to
No, there
that
isn't.
necessarily proposition.
He thinks there is, but there isn't.
Right. We probably,
If,
Need to
if those
talk
at this
with-
table don't think there is, then there's not.
yeah.
Okay, got it. That takes us to number 5, which is the proposed deed. And all of you have had that for a week, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And I have given it to the Bashams, and they haven't objected to anything that's in it. I think it's good, our attorney thinks it's good, and we need to be prepared to vote on it next Tuesday.
Are there any questions on it, on the wording, how it works? I tried to lay it out pretty straightforward and,
I had one question, but I'll call your office.
okay.
I mean, it's just I
Yeah.
just don't understand one part. It reads fine, but
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Then, we don't normally have comments, but we're going to tonight, because there's a couple things that I think need to be added. And don't need to talk about it, I just need to make sure all of you have a resolution that I started writing today. And I don't want to read that resolution. I want you to have it in your hands and you to read it and see what the content of it is. And I just started writing it today, so that's a draft and nothing more. But I need to make sure we include everything in this we possibly could and be ready to finalize it between now and next Tuesday and vote on it next Tuesday.
Right.
Because this resolution, I want it to say in compliance with the whole city council.
Right.
I don't think you'll have an issue there.
And in regards to that, let me just say, because I've had people ask me, why haven't you said anything? When you're sitting on the council, we have to be very careful of what we say so that we don't get the city in trouble or cause more damage. So that's why you haven't heard a lot from the people on the council about that particular issue closing until we can get everything together and come together cohesively. I have.
They all have it. I just gave that to you. You
Oh,
have it.
these are actually, okay.
These are theirs.
You can give me one copy back, but I promise to keep one too.
But anyway, that's the reason, is we are working on it. We're coming up with a plan and getting things organized and arranged so that we can
We
say our
did-
piece and explain why we think it needs to be open.
We did a TV interview today, it should probably be on the 6 o'clock news. And of course, when they put the microphone in front of your face and start asking you questions, best thing to do at that time is answer them,
Right.
which I did, and then JJ answered some, and I don't know what it's gonna sound like, but it'll be on there tonight.
WOKY.
And I think it's important for the citizens to know that the city, this wasn't our decision, this come from the county. We're talking
Right.
about the clerk's office.
Right
so.
now, we are talking in circles because we haven't mentioned one time what we're talking
Well,
about.
we're talking about the county clerk's office, but, this was not a city decision. You can see some comments, coming in and phone calls that we received, but this was not a city decision, and we do not agree with it. And, the citizens need to let their voices, be heard, not only on the north end, but on the south end, because it's gonna affect them too when they go to the county clerk's office and the lines are 3 times as long because they got all 30, 40,000 of us going down there. So
Right.
it's important that everybody let their voice be heard and let Debbie Donnelly know that we've got a voice on this northern end too. Fort Knox,
Yes.
West Point, Vine Grove, Colesburg. I mean, it's,
It'll affect the whole county in
yeah,
some way.
oh, yeah, and like I said, the southern end should be just as upset because their lines are gonna get longer as well. So,
Okay, back to the Veterans Hall of Fame. We have a bunch of these someplace. Where are they?
They're on the counter out, as soon as you come out to the left of the double doors.
Anybody who wants to pick up one of these Veterans Hall of Fame brochures, they're out there. Anything else come before the council?
May I make some
You most certainly can.
announcements, sort of announcements? I didn't really study these, but since it's holiday season, just so everybody's aware, we have a Santa's Workshop Arts and Craft Show. That's going to be December the 7th, and they're wanting to get people, if you're a vendor, you can set up by 3 o'clock. That's also the same day we're doing the tree lighting. Tree lighting will be from 6 to 9 out front here. Mayor Weaver, in the past, you've read a book. I don't know if you're reading the book this time. It doesn't
Whatever they
say.
tell me to do. I read The Night Before Christmas before.
But there
Had to
will
study
have
it first.
a free photo with Santa and his elf, and of course, they have the elf here. Somebody gonna be dressed as the elf? We will have the elf. And the Santa's Workshop is in conjunction with that. The other thing, all those are here at the community center on December the 7th. The other thing that we have, which is new this year, that our recreation department has come up with, is the Radcliffe first annual house decorating contest. So with this, there's one category for inflatables. Any inflatables that you have, if you have a lot of inflatables, you can put your name in and they'll come by and judge that. The Griswolds, which is for excessive outdoor lighting and decorations. We can all relate to that one. And then the last category is the Norman Rockwell for old-fashioned, traditional, nostalgic holiday. And let's see, you have to submit your entry form no later than December 7th. That's the big day here. It's going to be December 7th at 5 p.m. And then the judges will go around and do their judging between December the 9th and the 13th. So your lights have to be on during those nights when they come around through the city, but they need to know that you're participating, so you need to contact them. That way people can start planning now.
Anything else?
Yeah, a while back, we had said that we'd like to talk about maybe changing the workshop time to 5 o'clock. 4:30 is a little difficult for me. I don't know about you.
I think we'll probably wait until
I
the
think I'll
council.
wait till January the 1st.
Yeah, I think Pam could use 5 o'clock. I'm fine with 5 o'clock, but I think we
Right.
could probably wait till a new council.
She called me trying to get here today, but they had a previous meeting she could not get out of.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's excited.
Yeah, I'm fine with changing. I mean, I think it's better for the citizens to be a little later anyway, give them an opportunity to come, because 4:30 is a little early for some of them.
Do we, Mr. Pike, do we have to change that in an ordinance?
I don't remember if we have the work session codified in an ordinance or not, to be honest.
You can find that out.
I'll find out.
Now, now, Cecil,
Yes.
I'd like to thank you and the city council, and I'm sure that the other members of the Hall of Fame that's here. Thank you for having Radcliffe become a Hall of Fame city. But, another proof that you respect the military and what we've done. We thank you, please.
I can tell you that as we were doing this, I had no doubt that the city council, regardless of who's serving on it,
Yeah.
and the next mayor, regardless of who it is, would go along with doing this and feel honored to be able to do it.
It's not
Anybody
thank you to us,
disagrees with
it's
that,
thank
tell
you
me
to you
now.
guys.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a guest here from Louisville, and I just want to say, I have a project that I'm working on trying to get some safety lights in beyond West Point around Highway 44 and in front of LG&E and CMAX. And I'm having a meeting that I have several people coming Friday at the library and from 10 to 12. And I would be honored if you could come and just support. We have a lot of soldiers on our highway, and I'm just really concerned about the safety and the speeding up and down the highway, and had several lots of accidents there. But if you could come and appreciate it, have several of the Louisville Metro Council people coming, and be honored if you could come and just be supportive and put your 2 cents worth in. If you've got some statistics on Dixie Highway you want to share, we've got the Department of Transportation coming, and so that's my project for this month. And one other thing too, I was privileged, I'm sorry.
What library was that?
It's Southwest Library. It's in the community room from 10 to 12, and we'll have cookies and coffee or whatever, a treat, and just hope you can come and support it. Something it's been on my heart and that, and I'm always into community projects. The second thing is, I was honored to be a Clint's Hall of Fame. And if you've not been, you need to go the next time they honor a veteran in the Hall of Fame. If not for any other reason, to hear this guy sing, God Bless America, and make us strong. And, but I was very proud of him and honored that I could be there. And I've met these gentlemen here before at that meeting, but just, thank you for supporting that. And looks up and be very proud of, I'm very proud of my mayor.
The meeting Friday, is that this Friday?
Yes, short notice, but sometimes that's the best.
And where is that being held?
It's on Dixie Highway at the Southwest Library. If you're familiar where Myers is, it's right behind
In
there.
Valley Station.
Valley Station.
Valley Station, so it's not too terribly far, but anyway, it would impact our community here too.
Okay. Anything else to come from the council? Then we are adjourned.
Actually, we don't adjourn, we just quit.
We just leave.